Domestic waste are wastes from households and commercial establishments. This waste must be disposed of properly. Dumping this waste illegally will pollute the environment and could cause health problems. How should we manage this waste? At the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand how solid waste is collected and disposed. Learn the importance of recycling. Observe the video. Domestic solid wastes are produced by homes, commercial establishments, the agricultural sector, and some industrial process as well. All this waste must be collected and disposed of properly. Waste management is the collection, transportation, processing, and disposing of waste materials. There are two major waste management techniques. They are landfill and incineration. Landfill is a structure built into or on the ground in which waste is isolated from the surrounding environment. The waste is covered with soil daily. Disposing of waste in a landfill is the most traditional method of waste disposal. It is commonly used in most countries. Diagram above shows a cross-section of a landfill. Monitoring wells are used to determine the level of groundwater in the earth. This is to ensure leachate does not enter the groundwater. Leachate is the liquid formed when water passes through the waste in the landfill. Gas monitoring probe is used to maintain the level of methane gas released by the landfill. Synthetic liners protect the leachate from flowing into groundwater. The purpose of a landfill is to bury trash in such a way that it will be isolated from groundwater, kept dry, and will not be in direct contact with air. Landfills were often established in disused quarries, mining voids, or burrow pits. Wastes collected from the respective area of the industry are transported to landfills. It is normally collected by garbage trucks. These wastes are confined to a small area and compacted to reduce the volume. During compacting, the waste is compressed. It also breaks up large and fragile items in the waste. This process is normally done by using heavy machines such as a heavy excavator. Incineration is a method of disposing waste by burning it at very high temperatures. Incineration of waste materials converts the waste into gas and residual ash. Incineration usually functions as an alternative to landfills. Incineration reduces the overall volume of the waste stream and hazardous waste materials. Incineration as a waste management method is controversial for several reasons. It destroys not only the raw material but also the energy, water, and other natural resources used to produce it. Incineration creates toxic gas and ash, which can harm local populations and pollute groundwater. Although incinerators reduce the volume of waste by as much as 90%, some waste still remains and needs to be disposed elsewhere. An incinerator is much more expensive than landfills. Many countries cannot afford to replace an existing landfill with incinerators. Another method to manage waste is through recycling. Recycling is the collection of used materials and processing it into raw materials to be reused. There are 5 important ways of recycling. They are 1. Rethink 2. Reduce 3. Reuse 4. Repair 5. Recycle. Rethink. We must think carefully before purchasing certain items. Buy only items which we really need to use. This could prevent unnecessary items from being thrown away. We must reduce our daily consumption of materials so that we can reduce the amount of waste that is being disposed. Reuse. Some items can be reused. Items such as cloths, glass materials can be reused again. These items can be collected and sent to the recycling center. Repair. Some items such as furniture can be repaired. Electrical items such as computers can be upgraded rather than purchasing a new one. Recycle. Items such as glass, paper, and textile can be recycled to produce new items. By adopting these approaches, the amount of waste can be reduced rapidly. There are other methods in managing waste disposal. They are composting, refuse-derived fuel, and anaerobic digestion. Click on the respective area to learn more about it. Compost forms as a result of the natural breakdown of organic material derived from living animals and plants. The composting is an aerobic process using oxygen. It is a process performed by the bacteria, fungi, insects, and animals which inhabit soil. Composting is nature's own and oldest method of waste disposal and soil fertilization. This is the process in which biodegradable waste is decomposed in the absence of oxygen to produce methane gas. This gas can be collected and burnt as fuel to produce electricity. Refuse-derived fuel is created from fractions of the waste stream with a high energy content such as papers, plastics, textiles, and woods. Mixed waste is separated using screens and mechanical processes to remove glass and metals for recycling, the biodegradable content, and refuse-derived fuel. Refuse-derived fuel can be used as fuel in industries.
Drag and drop to label the method of waste disposal.
Your answer is correct.
Which of the following waste is biodegradable? A. A glass jar. B. A metal can. C. A plastic bag. D. An apple core.
That's not right. Please try again. Your answer is correct.
Which of the following is not a way of recycling? A. Redo. B. Reuse. C. Rethink. D. Recycle.
Your answer is correct.
Waste in landfills is usually compacted by using A. Stoning. B. Human power. C. Heavy machines. D. Electric generator.
Your answer is correct.
Solid waste is burned during the process of A. Erosion. B. Recycling. C. Incineration. D. Composting.
Your answer is correct.
Which statement is true about monitoring wells in a landfill? A. To detect any waste polluting the groundwater. B. To collect gases and release them to avoid explosions. C. To pump into holding tanks and treat with chemicals. D. To reduce waste volume and keeps the landfill from settling.
Your answer is correct. The three methods of disposing wastes are by burying it in a landfill, burning it in an incineration plant, or to recycle it. Landfill is a designated structure built into or on the ground in which waste is isolated from the surrounding environment. This isolation is done with a layer of daily covering of soil. Incineration is a method of disposing waste by burning it at very high temperatures. Recycling is the collection of used materials and processing it into raw materials to be reused.
Have you ever noticed a symbol like the ones shown above on a plastic container? This number indicates what type of plastics a container is made of. For example, plastics labeled with 1 or 2 are made from plastics that are often recycled. Common products which are made from these types of plastic include mineral water bottles, milk jugs, and detergent containers. Other recycling numbers are: 3 is used to classify window cleaner bottles, cooking oil bottles, shampoo, medical tubing, and piping. 4 is used to classify bread bags, frozen food bags, clothing, furniture, dry cleaning bags, and carpets. 5 is used to classify yogurt containers, syrup bottles, etching bottles, and medicine bottles. 6 is used to classify plates, cups, egg cartons, meat trays, cutlery, and compact disc jackets.